And in just a moment here on the program, we're going to be talking about TLC. It usually means tender loving care, but in this case, it's the Teddy Love Club. We'll talk about the infants who die in Australia. Did you know that the number of stillborn children in Australia exceeds all the people that die from breast cancer and prostate cancer? And it can be devastating for individuals and families. And we'll find out what TLC does to try and alleviate that sort of pain. And we just have a little lost doggy, just came in this morning, a little dog lost in Nantawarra. He is a male brown and tan Kelpie, and he has white dappled forelegs or front legs. And it's in the Bungbunga area near Nantawarra. If you've spotted him or if he's turned up to your place for a bit of a drink and a feed, give us a call here at the program. We'll reunite him with his owner, Alan, who's very worried about him. You can call us anytime about anything here on the program, 1300 160 222 for the cost of a local call. And there is a Cuppa for Cancer get-together sponsored by Streaky Bay's Hospital Auxiliary today. It's happening this afternoon at 2 p.m. in the Elmhaven Lounge. If you live in Streaky Bay, you'll know where that is. And tomorrow in Port Augusta, you're invited to attend an informal autism and special needs support group and to meet other families who have similar issues. It's all happening tomorrow evening at the Early Years Parenting Centre, which is in Stirling Road, Port Augusta. Roll up early, bring along a savoury plate to share for an evening meal at around 5:30. The session starts at 6. Tea and coffee's provided. Children are welcome because there'll be creche workers available. If you have any inquiries, you can call Sharon at the Flinders Terrace and Far North Community Health Service, which is in Port Augusta, 8648 5800.
As well as providing a spectacular colourful display, Echinacea is a water-wise perennial. Discover how to grow Echinacea in the latest edition of Gardening Australia magazine. Stephen Ryan suggests planting grapevines for their autumn foliage. Maggie Beer shares her growing tips and recipes for quince. Plus, important issues to consider when using grey water in your garden. Celebrating 21 years, Gardening Australia May issue. Available now from ABC shops, centres, newsagents and online.
It's coming up to 20 minutes to 10 on our morning program, and it's hard to estimate the levels of grief when a mum is expecting a baby and it doesn't make it. It is stillborn, or there's a devastating miscarriage somewhere in the pregnancy. I know that happened to one of my sisters-in-law, and it was so hard to look at the photographs of that little dead child who she brought home with her 2 days before it was due. And the doctors couldn't give her any reason that baby had died. There was no medical answer to all of her grief. Jaylee Cooper is the Managing Director of TLC. They are the Teddy Love Club. Hi, Jaylee. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Tell us about how the Teddy Love Club, it's a pregnancy and infant loss support group. Tell me a little bit about its beginnings.
Yep, the program started in 2002 at the Women's and Children's Hospital, and it started by two mothers who lost their twins. And I guess the whole reason behind the program was that those mothers left the hospital with empty arms. So you go into the hospital and expect that you're going to come home with the baby and your arms are going to be very full. And for those two mothers, it wasn't, and they didn't have anything and they didn't have any support. So they went on to found the Teddy Love Club program, and it really just started with 3 teddy bears. It was really just a gesture to give another family to let them know that they're not alone, and to let them know that, you know, there is other people out there that are going through a similar sort of experience, because, you know, at that point in time, you truly do feel like you are the only person that it's happened to. And since then, the program has just continued to grow, and 8 years later, here we are. And
you're about to, well, you've just released your first book, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, Jaylee, but harking back to my sister-in-law's experience, her little boy died a day or two before his intended delivery date, and of course he was well and healthy in the womb until she felt something was wrong about 48 hours before. Yeah. And in the bad old days, they would just send you home from hospital. You'd never see that child. They'd keep you very separated from it. Nowadays, in the grieving process, they offer you to say, look, do you want to take this little infant with you and have some closure? How does that work for a lot of mums?
Very well. I think we've come a long way, which is wonderful. So families now get the opportunity to see their babies, to take photos, to spend time with them. I guess creating those special memories, because it's very hard to cram in a lifetime of what you want to do with your baby in just that short time. And often, sometimes you only have a few days. So the parents are very, it's the hardest thing someone will ever have to do. I can tell you that. But we certainly encourage the families to do that. It is a choice. If they want to, they can. If they don't, then that's completely fine. There isn't a right or wrong way. But we certainly encourage families just gently that, spending time with their babies and creating these memories is something that they only have a very short time to do.
This book is, it's called You're Not Alone, and it's a compilation of over 40 shared stories. Now, I imagine that one of those stories is yours, Jaylee.
It is, yes, it is, yep.
Can you tell us what happened?
Sure. My son, Kai, he would actually be 5 this year, and so back in 2005, my husband and I had found out that there was lots of problems with the pregnancy. So it's a very, very stressful time. First pregnancy, first baby, and you think everything's going to be lovely, and then to find out that things aren't so lovely was really sort of difficult. And then at 21 weeks, so I was just over 5 months pregnant, and Kai was stillborn. And we'd since found out that my husband and I carry a genetic condition, and we went on about 13 months later to lose another baby to the same condition.
Oh, no.
So pregnancy is not so easy for everyone. It's been a long road for us. Will always continue to be a long road. It's not something that I will ever get over. It's just something that I have learned to live with in my day, and that's something that we say to the families, that you will never get over the loss of your baby, and you shouldn't, and why should you? But you do learn to live with it in your everyday life, because you really have to. It's, you do.
What helped you dealing with that grief, losing that first child?
Connecting with others. That was the biggest thing, is finding other people that it happened to, and as silly as that might sound in a sense, because you don't want anyone else to experience the same thing, to find out that you're not the only person, and to find out that you're not alone gives you immediate comfort. And I think this is why the You Are Not Alone book is so wonderful, because it is these families speaking so openly and honestly about their experiences. When other families read that, they connect, and it helps them straight away, to read them.
It must have been such a difficult time. Where are you at now with having children?
I have a 3-year-old, which is the light of my life and keeps me very busy. And we had since tried to give Logan a brother or sister, and back in September last year I had a miscarriage. So it's just, it's been a very long road, but, in terms of in what I do with the program, it's very rewarding to know that I can do something in honour of the babies that I've lost and help all the other families at the same time.
Jaylee, any child that is healthy any child is such a blessing in your life.
Absolutely.
Do you think you'd have the strength to be talking about the experience losing your first little boy, Kai, if you didn't have him, if you didn't have Logan?
I think I would. I've become, over the years in meeting families and speaking with others, and my involvement in the program has really helped me, I guess, to speak about Kai so openly and honestly. And he is very much a part of our everyday life, and it will always be like that. And Logan, his brother now, he knows all about Kai, and, he knows that that's his big brother, and we will always make sure that we do that.
The organisation, since it began, both you and Trudy Penrose Starr are the founders of the TLC, of the Teddy Love Club, and you've provided more than 15,000 teddy bears to bereaved families right across the country.
Yeah.
What sort of responses have you got from people?
Incredible. It's really just something that, as I said, it started back in 2002 with just that gesture of giving those 3 bears. And then it was really that those bears just went so quickly, and the Women's and Children's Hospital contacted back to say, well, can we have some more? And it really just went from there, and then more hospitals got on board and said, well, we'd like them too. And then, by 2003, 2004, the program had grown interstate, and now, today, then we're represented in more than 350 hospitals across Australia. And the reaction from parents is amazing, incredible, very overwhelming. Yesterday we had a balloon release, a memorial walkathon here in Adelaide, and we had over 450 people come along, and that vision in itself is quite overwhelming and incredible.
And the book is out there. You're Not Alone is out there in the bookstores at the moment, isn't it?
It's not currently at the bookstores at the moment. It can be purchased at this stage online through our website, which is www.teddyloveclub.org.au, and that can be purchased for $20. And we are launching the book this Thursday at Meg's Bookstore.
It's coming up this Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, this Thursday. So the book will also be available at Meg's Bookstore.
Wonderful. Well, that's in Ellen Street in Port Perry this Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to coming down there and seeing all the families, in country SA. It'll be wonderful.
Well, Jaylee, we wish you all the best with it. We'll get a hold of a copy of the book and keep in touch with you. But all the best, and thanks so much for talking to us on the program.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Jaylee Cooper there, Managing Director of the Teddy Love Club. If you want more details, give us a call here at the program. It'll give parents who don't have the opportunity to do this. It's a song by Paolo Nutini called Growing Up Beside You.